And now joining us via Skype with more on the overnight escalation with Gaza is Middle East expert from the Begin-Sadat Center at Ilan University, Dr. Mordechai Kedar. Dr. Kedar, as always, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
All right, so first of all, did last night's response, the IDF military response to Gaza, mark any sort of change in terms of the policy of how we respond to violence in Gaza?
Not significantly. What the IDF did last night is actually more of the same, which it does for years already, because for like 4 or 5 years, the equation is, or whenever they shoot anything to Israel, Israel retaliates very heavily. And this is actually what happened now. Here, of course, we had a new thing, which is the attacking of Haniya's office. This is unprecedented. And in my view, it is a hint to Haniya that the next time it happens, he himself will be targeted. And this, I think, might be the change from the last times to this time.
Well, do you believe that that will work in actually deterring Hamas or the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, for that matter, from launching any missiles into Israel? And if not, what would the correct response be?
It might deter Hamas, but not forever. Always deterrence in the Middle East is eroding through the time, because people tend to think that now they have the way how to confront you. Then you have to renew the deterrence until they think that they can again attack you and stay alive. So you have to renew the deterrence every time in a while, and every while, and this is actually what happens between us and Gaza.
All right. Well, do you believe, a lot of analysts recently have been saying that the attacks from the Gaza Strip into Israel is more about Hamas versus Fatah than it is about Israel and the Palestinians. Do you agree with the statement?
No, it is clearly between us and the Hamas, and sometimes because Hamas is angry at what the PA is doing to him, so they launch missiles at us in order to maintain pressure on us. Look, it's a multi-side equation. It's the Egyptians, it's us, it's the PA, it's the Hamas, the Jihad. Iran also plays a role in this. Hezbollah as a mercenary of Iran. Many cooks are working on this meal, and this is why it looks so messy.
See, so this is kind of a question that has been burning in our minds, because this happens every so often. It's not new. It seems like every few months we have a war or escalation towards a war. Where do you see Gaza and the West Bank in 10 years?
Well, I don't know to tell you about 10 days, because Gaza is governed by a group which is revolutionary by principle. They don't want to live normal life like every state in the world. They could turn Gaza into a state like Singapore or like Abu Dhabi or Dubai, but they live on the sword, and without the sword they have no raison d'etre. And this is unfortunately what happens with Hamas, and we have to live near such a thing.
So again, is there any sort of difference in our policy that we need to take here? Because trying the same old thing over and over again doesn't seem to get the message across.
When it comes to Hamas, there is no way to change their mindset, because they are motivated by Islam and by the idea of jihad. And Allah is a player on the ground with them. So there is no way that Allah compromises with anybody in the world, because He is Allah and we are only human beings. And this is the problem with Hamas, that for them, they fight with Allah. Allah is one of their ranks. And this is what makes any peace agreement or any agreement with this organization very difficult to be achieved.
All right, Dr. Kedar, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.